welcome back to the barn. In part 2 of our Halloween week special, I wanted to dive into dressing up for the show pen. What I mean is your show outfit. There are so many minute details to it, it can be a bit overwhelming and a bit stressful. So I want to break it down into the Western, and even it bleeds into the English a little bit, but what you're looking for. And I thought to myself, what a no better place to find fashion faux pas than looking into my past at my wall of pictures. So let me show you. When it comes to choosing an outfit for your show outfit, it can be overwhelming. I mean, there's different styles, different costs, different looks, different colors. What do? Well, first of all, you got to match it to your horse. You want to make sure you have a color that complements them. Once you do that, you have to establish how much you want to spend. Now, keep in mind, you do not have to have the most expensive jacket in that show ring to win. It's all about the presentation. So for the means of this video, I'm going to focus on simple. You can have a simple button-up Oxford and still do very, very well in your classes. But keep in mind, and this is tip number 1, it has to fit well. So what does that mean? Finding a good tailor that knows exactly what you want. So even if you don't buy the most expensive shirt, go find yourself a good tailor. Make sure it fits you. I do not want to see any wrinkles in that thing. I don't want to see it hanging down. It needs to fit you, especially for those horsemanship classes when you're showing off your riding skills. The hat. Again, you don't have to spend a lot of money, but you have to make sure your hat fits well. So it can't be too big, it can't move on your head. But it can't be too tight either, because then you'll get a headache. We've all been there when we're growing up. And you have to have it shaped. I don't want to see any flat brims. I don't want to see any rims brimming on flat either. You want to make sure that hat is shaped exactly how you want. Same with the chaps. They got to fit well. I don't want to see them baggy. I don't want to see them too long. I don't want to see them too short where I can see your boot. So you have to be so very careful about that as well. And underneath of your chaps, you got to have matching colors. Don't be lazy. Don't just put them over your jeans. If you're showing in the pleasure, the horsemanship, the trail, get the matching colored slacks underneath. I don't want to see any of that contrast stitching on your pants. It's going to tell me you're lazy. So let's now look at some of my own fashion faux pas, and you will see exactly what I mean. Let's take a look at this picture from 10 years ago. Now, I could just put a picture on top of this video, but this allows me to interact with my hands. So you see up here, this is a very, very old picture. So I thought, what a better time than to make fun of myself, which this horse, this one right here, happens to be my very first in-hand trail horse. And he won the lunge line. He didn't do very well in in-hand trail, I don't think. I thought he was a rock star. So let's focus on me. The first thing that stands out in my mind is the mismatching of colors. So I've got like a bright orange, a dark brown, and then a white hat. It is not a good combination. What I should have done is I should have matched the hat to either the jacket or the pants. But it doesn't match anything else. The only thing else white in the picture is my horse, and he's not even white as that hat. And speaking of that hat, it needs to be shaped. It is definitely not defined enough for my taste. Then you have, look at how baggy these pants are. So what I would recommend is I would get those fixed and taken in by a couple of inches. Now they don't need to be skinny jean tights. You still have to be able to run in these things. However, they also need to be shaped to my body. They're just kind of hanging off. And that's the same thing with this jacket as well. Do you see how it has these like giant wrinkles in the back? That's not good. That jacket needs to be taken in and really accentuating my waist, not too tight again, because I still need to be able to run. And same with the shoulders. I need to be able to lift my arms, not much, right? But we still need to be able to move them. So the arms don't bother me so much as how baggy it is. Here we have a horsemanship outfit. So let's pick on this one a little bit now. The chaps fit all right. Actually, it's nice and high-waisted, which was in at the time. There's really no wrinkles, and they are a little bit short. So you can see just a bit of a gap right here, but that's not too bad. They hang down an acceptable amount, maybe a little bit too long. The shirt, way too big. The collar should be tighter on my neck, and these wrinkles in the middle need to go, as well as the wrinkles on my shoulders. So I would get rid of those as well. It's a tight-fitting shirt. It has a zipper on the back, which there should then be no excuse for all these wrinkles on here. I know this isn't a stretch fabric, but you can put inserts in. You can get this a lot tighter. The hat is way too big. Do you see how it's sitting on the top of my ears and just kind of pushing them down? That is not a good look, and this hat definitely needs to be shaped. Here we have more of a trail Western pleasure look. So I went a lot darker with this one. It is a navy blue, and I think I still have those chaps. They fit really nice. They're not too high, they're not too low. They fit well, no wrinkles, and they're not too long or short. Then the jacket was a simple navy blue with a glitter, kind of a, not sequence, but it definitely had a sparkle woven into the fabric to give it a little bit of shimmer. Now this was one of my favorite shirts, even though it was a bit darker. It fitted well around the waist. It zipped up the front, sleeves weren't too long. It fitted overall pretty well. To mix it up, I added a caramel colored hat with it to try and break up the dark a little bit. Now that's not bad. However, the shirt needed more color in it as well to try and blend the hat into the rest of it. A navy blue hat wouldn't have been far off, but again, it could have come off as too dark. But notice how simple this shirt is. Obviously didn't interfere with how well I did at that show. So your outfit needs to fit you well more than the price tag attached to it. My last example is what happens when you spend a lot of money on a shirt. This one cost well over $1,000, but you can see the quality in the details. So it was, again, a shirt that had a lot of sparkle built into it already, but we added thousands of crystals to it just to give it that extra sparkle. And I used this shirt for a long time. It was mainly aimed towards Western riding, horsemanship, and trail. However, it would also do well for pleasure or any of the undersaddle classes that you would show in Western. So you don't have to go out and buy a shirt for every single class. No matter if you spend $3,000 or $100 on a show shirt, there's one thing that should matter more than anything else: fit. So make sure it fits you no matter how much you spend. And that can be applied to your chaps, your boots, your hat, everything that goes on with your outfit. I hope you guys learned something today. I hope you got a laugh out of my old show pictures. We got to laugh at ourselves, right? But if you have any questions, leave them below. I'm happy to answer them, as well as like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. But Bentley, this gives me an idea. Maybe we should get into the fashion police. No? All right, well, either way, I hope you guys have a good one.